Hello, everybody. Welcome back to some more Quest for Glory 3. And
Oh, did you start?
Hmm?
Did you just start already?
Yeah, I started. That's why I said, I started in 3, 2,
Oh,
1. I do this every
let me
time,
finish.
Goke.
Let me finish putting on my pants, okay?
Why? Why do you need to put on your pants when this goddess is going to give us, a meal?
Oh, okay.
Anyway. Unfortunately, we have some, sad moves, or some sad news. Unfortunately, the survivor has passed.
What?
Remember the guy that we were talking about who was the survivor of the peace mission?
You talked him into suicide?
No. He was found by the river, so either he either jumped in or something got him. But either way, it is a sad day today, so apparently the meal, as is tradition for people who have passed, who are of note, is, I believe it's just rice and fruit.
Rice and fruit.
So that is the morning ritual of the people around here. Still,
it's actually kind of a one thing I do enjoy looking, checking out is I enjoy looking at what people eat for breakfast around the world, and it's
for me, it's basically cereal or just a coffee.
Yeah.
Because everyone else's breakfast is basically I'm about to go to bed.
Yeah. Cereal is the thing that I buy like twice a year. Just
well, yeah. I buy it because grocery prices are fucking retarded, and it's like one of the cheaper items you can buy. Which isn't saying much. It's like $5 a box. 10 if you're getting the extra big one.
Yeah. I recall like seeing it's a. I'm checking out the world. Probably one of the most amusing ones is Japanese breakfast was basically like rice and miso soup and fish, and I was thinking to myself,
that sounds like a lunch.
Yeah, like how different is that from lunch? It's like, it is a very amusing scene because you have I don't know if perhaps a bit of culture here in South America is more of like a towards like a very light carb and dairy. So we're not used to anything particularly heavy in the morning. So it is amusing when you compare like that to like the breakfasting in the United States and European countries, where it's like meat, sausages, beans. Well, beans is for the British, but like a sausage, eggs, some piece of ham, and
well, it could also be due to the colder climate, the more north you get, so you kind of need that to build up your fat so you can stay warm during the day.
But I find it amusing because it's very much like a very high breakfast compared to like. I don't think like nowadays the French, they very much go for like a more like a bread.
I think the French they've always had a like a cigarette and coffee for breakfast.
No, that's the Balkans.
No, I'm pretty sure that was the French as well. But anyway, I think especially with the more heavier breakfasts, I think if you're talking about like I forget what they call it, but it's like 6 tomatoes that are roasted on or pan fried, and then like a slice of ham, sausage, and hash browns or whatever. Like that
Yeah,
one was more for
that's the
doctors
full
who are going to
British.
be working all day kind of thing and not have time for a lunch.
That is like the. That is the full British, you know. Hash browns, sausage, eggs, beans.
Yeah, I know there's a specific a name for that type of breakfast. I just can't recall it right now.
It's literally called the full British.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Which is like probably number 2 list of meals I want to try one day.
Least as in you don't want to try it, or like that
No.
was a weird way you just said it.
List.
Oh, that's the number 2 thing you want to try on your list. Okay.
Yeah, number 2 on the list.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind trying that, but I think closest I've ever gotten to that kind of breakfast was like it was like hash brown, sausage, maybe some ham and like eggs. And usually I don't eat the hash browns because that's just like empty carbs kind of thing. I eat like the meat and the eggs. And also, for whatever reason, a lot of restaurants that serve hash browns, like, they'll give you a big-ass plate and half of it is the hash browns, and it's like, eh.
I remember there was an episode of The Simpsons where Homer just bought like a massive like just made a massive purchase of bacon in a Pooh's shop. It's like when Pooh was checking all the different kinds of bacon he got, and it's like, Homer, if you want to kill someone, I also sell guns.
Of course, Apu sells guns.
And he sells everything.
Yeah. But, there was a funny episode where Homer and the rest of the family, they go to Ned Flanders' cottage that's over by the beachfront, and there's a different Indian guy who runs the that local quickie mart, who looks and sounds almost exactly like Apu, but he has a turban. And Homer was like, "Hey, so it's the 4th of July. Do you have fireworks?" And the other Apu is sort of saying, "Sir, I must tell you that it is highly illegal in this state for me to sell fireworks." And he's looking to see if the other customer's leaving. And then and once the customer leaves, he's like, "Follow me." And then he gives Homer basically a massive stick of dynamite and says, "This is the best way to celebrate the 4th of July, by blowing up a piece of your own country."
America.
But
I do recall there is the running joke about the the gender reveal parties. Like one of them was like a nuke going off, and the saying, "It's a girl."
The only joke that I really remember from The Simpsons that was really, really funny was the one where Homer was pretending to do that one scene in the movie where the guy's riding the atomic bomb as it's flying back to Earth to explode.
Yeah, parody of Doctor Strangelove.
Yeah. So Homer was doing that
By
scene
the way,
and it exploded. And in real life, he's riding like a display model of a nuke, and the guy who owns it goes up to Homer, is like, "Hey, read the sign," and the sign says, "No riding the nuke."
do you realize what you just said, though?
What?
The only joke I remember from The Simpsons that was funny.
Oh yeah, sorry. I meant that as like involving like nuclear bombs kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah, I imagine the pool of Simpsons jokes involving nuclear bombs is a lot smaller.
Yeah, I'm sure there's other ones, but like they always make fun of the nuclear plant, but that's not a bomb. Even though they treat it like one.
I'm trying to find videos on Mexican breakfast, and apparently that's the name of a song.
Cocaine.
Yeah.
I don't know, what would a Mexican breakfast be? Because mostly I'm just thinking of like your traditional stuff like tacos and burritos, and that's like more lunch stuff, right?
Apparently that's not even far from it. As from the images I'm seeing here, Mexican breakfast is a large meat and cheese.
So an open-faced burrito.
Yes, basically.
Which I have to say, the one thing I hate about burritos is the fact that you bite into it and then it all squirts out the other side. Every time.
Yeah. Well, maybe the one because apparently, like the way you're supposed to make burritos is that they're very tight and close and packed together. So it's like it's probably that the place to get burritos from doesn't make them doesn't make them properly.
Probably.
I recall there's a video from Someone in Salt where he does like a history of burrito speedrun from I think his name is Arcus. He's the guy who did the guy who's dresses like a cowboy and does Ninja Gaiden speedruns.
Oh, that guy, yeah. So for the burrito speedrun, how much diarrhea ended up on the wall?
No, it was how long it took to make the burrito, not to eat it.
Oh, like he was making his own burrito. I thought he was doing like the burritos throughout history and then like eating each one.
Well, no, it was like a history, like a yeah, you know, like how Someone in Salt does retrospectives of like speedrun history.
Mm-hmm.
And he had this one like the history of burrito speedruns. Because like there's a running joke on Arcus. He does like a speedrun of him trying to make a burrito.
Okay. Although I do like the video of the hot dog food eating contestant trying to out-eat a bear. That was fun.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think you were ever gonna win any competition that against a bear.
I mean,
Especially a grizzly bear.
in that video, the bear was being a pretty nice sport and not really knowing what the rules of the game were for the first, like, 5 minutes.
Yeah. It's pretty insane how, like, when you actually get a bear like, especially a grizzly right next to a human, it's pretty insane to think, like, man.
Well, yeah, that's why in the video they basically had, like, an electric fence path for the bear.
Yeah.
But even then, like, they had his trainer on site, and they explained the rules to both of them as to, like, how to deal with a bear if it's right next to you.
Yeah, no sudden moves.
No, the best thing to do is to make sudden moves and go ooga booga booga and dance around on top of the table. That's how you deal with the bear. But let's see, what else was there? We saw a new movie by the guy who did the Onibaba. I forget what the movie was called.
Neko.
That's it. Oh yeah, I just realized that it's called Neko because the story revolves around cat demons, kind of, sort of.
Yes. Like it's literally Black Cat.
Oh, okay. See, I'm getting better with my Japanese. I can recognize words sometimes. But, I personally found it a bit better than, Onibaba, but, even though I guess the main samurai character is a bit of a dunce, to put it nicely.
A bit?
Look, he forgot where he lived, alright, and didn't realize that the super nice palace house that the killer ghosts were dragging everybody off to was the site of his old place.
That's not even the worst part. Like, come on. That's not even the worst part of his dunceness. The guy saw, like... The guy sees, like, two women who are identical to his missing wife and mom, and can't just and then, like, I think the most impressive part, like, he asks, like, how long have you been living here? And they go 3 years, and they go like, that is how long I haven't seen my mom and wife. Like, dude, how is it possible you just can't connect the dots? Like,
the only way I could see it not making, or it making more sense would be like if there was no evidence whatsoever that supernatural stuff existed. Like, this is the first time it's happened. And even then, they sort of acknowledge that no, there's been supernatural stuff all the time, always.
No, but here's the thing, like, this is like, I don't know. I think might have been the same time frame as, like, the same time period as Onibaba. Like, Japan was highly superstitious back then. Like, Japanese people were highly superstitious.
Yeah, I actually
nearly everyone believed in the existence of yokai and that kind of stuff. Like,
yeah,
here's the thing.
A video that I saw not too long ago about a lot of emperor names. If you look at throughout history, if you actually directly translate them to what their names are in English, their names are usually something like Big Shit number 4 or something like that, like something completely retarded. And the reason for it was because they believed that if you named your child something repulsive, the demons won't get them.
Which is hilarious. Yeah, but here's the thing: if he had not even addressed it in the movie, like, I would perhaps, okay, it might be that in universe they look different, but no, he even says, like, you look identical to my missing wife, and, like, oh my god, like you just made your character unbelievably stupid, which means, like, so from this point on, you just irreversibly harmed your story. Because if you had not addressed it, at least I could make a headcanon that they in universe they do not look like his wife and daughter, so his wife and mother. But the fact that not only do they address it, but by the end of the movie it happens again. Like, the woman comes in, it's not even like all she has different are a few freckles on her face, and apparently that means she's a completely different woman to the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you just crippled your narrative, right there. You just crippled your story irreversibly.
I would argue it's nowhere near that bad, but yeah, the guy is a dunce. I won't deny that.
Yeah, it is so bad.
So I guess if we were giving it the Ebert and Sickle rating, I guess it would be 1 thumbs up.
Yeah.
But anyway, So the tribe here caught a leopard man. And the problem with it is that the leopard man's refusing to speak. So we have to figure out how to get him to speak.
We were thinking about skinning him. If we can't get him to speak, at least the belt is gonna be really nice.
Well, their plan is to essentially, well, they put the leopard man in a magical cage, which looks like it's just made of sticks. So, I don't know how, what they did to it to make it non-magical, considering the people in this tribe hate all magic, with the only exception being paladin magic.
Wait, they ate all magic?
Hate, as in with an H. Hate.
Oh.
As in, like,
hate.
They don't like it.
Okay. Yeah.
But,
And you ate that H.
well, maybe your ears did.
Don't blame me for your incompetence, for your linguistic incompetence. Okay? You're the one still stuck in monolingual hell.
I'm getting there. And I can at least, if you show me some things in, like, some European languages, I could look at it and be like, oh, I can roughly understand what's going on.
Yeah, I show you a bit of Dutch, and you say, ah, that is Jar Jar Binks' speech in the Senate. I remember a lot of it. There's like a German, like not a German, Dutch politician saying something in Dutch, and I'm like, we have ein serious problem, and someone just posts a picture of Jar Jar Binks with a speech bubble.
There was a video that I saw that was like a European ping pong tournament that was happening, and the guy who was there to judge the quality of the paddles, like to see if they're legal to be used, was a German, and he had like all these instruments and shit to test to see if it was like properly like flat, or if the ridges of the wooden part were the right thickness compared to the leather part. And then he's like, okay, and now there's something I'm going to test. We're going to test the gases that are inside of the ping pong paddle. And I'm going to use this machine that they use for military testing of chemicals. It's going to send a slight electrical charge through it to see if any gases come out.
And the thing explodes. I hope it did.
No, basically it was like a tiny little fart of nothing came out, kind of thing, or it was being read on the machine. And he's like, okay, this paddle is legal. And people in the comments section were like, man, back in the day, I won championships because I had a paddle that was so full of gas it would blind my opponents whenever I hit the ball back at them.
I love how this guy just said right there, magic is for weaklings and women. I was not based. We are warriors. Magic is for weaklings and women.
Anyway, so most of the guards that guard the leopard men here don't want us to be talking to or doing anything with them. But I think if you have one of the local guards who do speak English, you can interact with the leopard men by basically explaining what you're going to be doing. Let's see, so I definitely know that if it's Ahura that's guarding the leopard men, you're okay to do whatever you want, because she trusts you. But if it's that guy, no, not at all. So that's why I'm just kind of going back and forth, just to try and reset things. I think it's based on the time of day that Ahura is Or no, maybe you can just do it. Never mind. But anyway, it turns out
Oh my gosh!
Turns out the leopard man was actually a leopard woman. So now maybe it'll be easier to talk to her.
I love this game now.
Oh,
Alright, baby, roll for me.
Alright. See you later. And I'm not 100% sure if this game has a dead man walking thing going on, but I do know that you're supposed to give the woman a bunch of gifts for her to like you so she can talk to you later, but I'm not sure if you don't do it here, if you can do it later, kind of thing.
Look on the internet how to make brown women like you.
But anyway, long story short, now that they found out that the leopard man is actually a leopard woman, the chieftain of the tribe is saying that, well, we can't get her to talk, so fuck it, we're gonna sell her as a bride.
I'll buy it! Dibs! Dibs! Dibs!
And apparently the bride price is, I think a nice spear and 5 zebra pelts, which is apparently very high. Oh, and a fine robe. Which, thankfully, we bought all those things.
It's a very amusing thing. Apparently, there is still like bride purchases is still a thing in like Bulgaria.
I mean, I don't know. How's the population status in Bulgaria?
I have no clue.
All right. Well, I was going to say if it's.
But it is in Europe. It is a European country, so it can't be very good. Well, yeah, like it's a still thing. Apparently, like there's like an event where you can go to Bulgaria and just buy a wife, and it's like, I don't know. That's
I know that
guess
there's like matchmaking services in like China, for example, where you like go to like a public square area and there's like a bunch of, I think, fathers or like father-in-laws or whatever who are like, they're basically judging any man who comes across to see if they're like good for wife material.
How much do you win? How much do you earn? Are you a doctor?
Anyway, so to get her to like us, we give her the leopard statue that we bought, the beads that we bought, and a dagger.
Here, woman, we use this to stab the people around you.
Alright, so now that we got her to like us, let's, oh, she still doesn't want to talk. Let's let her go. Oops.
Hey, come back here!
Oh well, we tried.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully she remembers that we gave her some stuff so she won't immediately kill us when we enter the jungle.
By the way, this matchmaking event in China is like, do you have to get to meet the woman or do you just chat with the father?
Basically, you chat with the father.
Yeah, so you don't even get to see the woman.
Not that I'm aware of. At least, like, the one video that I saw, it was like a bunch of older men in a row, like, looking at all the other guys that were passing by.
Yeah. Because if you don't even get to meet the woman, that's a bum deal. Yeah, like, what if it is... Oh yeah! By the way, now that... Thank you for for accepting the wedding. By the way, my daughter has gained about like 200 pounds in the past year, so I hope you like them chunky.
I don't know. I don't think anyone in China is that big.
There's probably one guy that they pay to be the village fat man.
So they have something fun to poke.
Yeah. They walk behind him playing the saxophone. No, the tuba. The
tuba, yeah.
Not the sax, yeah.
But anyway, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you all next time. Have a nice night.
Bye-bye.